Welcome back, Guardian. For those of you who are first time tuning in, you probably should watch the Resto Builds, what goes into Ristophilis Builds video. Otherwise, some of this might not make sense, but let's get into it anyway. So I started off making the 6 Coyote build, then I realized it was the same build as the Wormhusk Crown. Then I realized I should just do all the Hunter Exotics, which is why this took so long, because I had to test out the Gemini Jester, the Frosties, the Dragon Shadow, a ton of other, things like that. There's only 5 in this video that I felt were just the only ones worth even trying to build for. So hit subscribe, become a beast. Let's get it going and crush this video. So number 1 and 2 is the Wormhusk and 6 Coyote. This is a prime example of when I talk about how you can't really build for mobility with some exotics and the others you can. Because of the stats, it's always about the recovery and the recharge rate, making sure those are fine-tuned to make it feel like you actually got an exotic and a build on. So having all that stuff come back is crucial. Let's start it off with the helmet though. 1 mobility, 2 recovery, a Paragon mod. That's going to be your first of 3 Paragon mods on this build. That gives you a small bump to health and shield bump, so if you're ever in a tough situation, hit that dodge, get your health back. It's a life-saving exotic. Onto the arms, 2 mobility, 1 recovery, a grenade charge mod, impact induction, that's 4 seconds off your grenade charge, 8 seconds if you have enhanced. I recommend enhanced, obviously. The chest piece, 1 mobility, 1 resilience, 2 recovery, your second Paragon mod. Build it out for whatever weapons you're using. So if you're using ball smelt weapons, build for that. Add clear weapons, build it out for that. You get it. Now moving on to the leg piece, enhanced bomber. Every dodge is 10 seconds off of your grenade. That's going to be your second grenade charge mod as well, and make sure it's 0 mobility, 1 resilience, and 2 recovery, so you can maintain that 7 recovery. I never recommend going below 7. In high speed combat, it just feels like your health recover is turned off. You don't get it back fast enough, and it keeps you out of the fight and stops the run and gun process. Now onto your cloak, another Paragon mod, that's your third Paragon mod, always recuperation. You touch that orb, when you're running and gunning, you're always making orbs, you always get your health coming back. It's better than Absolution or any other perk, just always stay with recuperation. The recharge rates are dope on this, so it's not going to matter to have Absolution or anything else like that. Now for the 6 Coyote build, you just simply put it on, put the Paragon mod on, and then for the helmet, you just take off the Wormhusk, put a similar stat helmet on, similar to the Wormhusk, and put a Paragon mod on it. Don't use that grenade mod, I'm just using that as an example. So 1 mobility, 2 recovery helmet with the 6 Coyote, same stats, same kind of recharge rates in a way, but a little bit faster grenades with the 6 Coyote because you have that double dodge with the enhanced bomber. Here's some gameplay you can use. This is just the mid-tree solar class on the Hunter, Blade Barrage. But every time you hit these knives, it recharges your dodge ability, and then you do the dodge, you get the enhanced bomber. So you get a ton of grenades with this. I used to like doing this with distribution, but once they nerfed distribution, it just makes it too much of a risky exotic to be next to enemies to do your dodge to get that recharge. And the recharge is very small, and it's only half of what enhanced bomber does. And you have gambler's dodge to get your knives back, so you don't really need distribution anymore. And that was why I liked distribution, because used to you never had to be around ads to use it. You could just pop it anywhere that you want, but on your way to a location you can just pop a dodge, start getting that 10 seconds coming back to back to back. And then like I said with this Blade Barrage subclass, you can use any subclass with this. I'm just showing you the example. Get the health back with the Wormhusk, throw the knives, get the grenades back. Having more grenades is always going to be better than what distribution offers, even with its supercharge. Do the dodge, charge the grenade, and get our health back at the same time, so you can top those grenades off if you ever need to. But getting out of those situations is really what it's all about. So as soon as you hit somebody and it doesn't kill them, it's going to give you your dodge back. So make sure you do a dodge if you have one already charged, because it's going to come right back anyways, so you might as well get that extra 10 seconds off of your grenade, which you're going to see right here. I'm going to knock the knife, proccing the impact induction on the ogre right here. Then we have it back, throw the grenade, we're hit, but we got our dodge. 13-second dodges is what it times out to with this, not counting if you're using the Blade Barrage subclass to recharge, then it's pretty much back almost instantaneously, but 13-second dodges is really nice to have in run and gun, especially when you get your health back on top of that. Now let's move over to the 6 Coyote, the double dodges with enhanced bomber again. Do the dodge, get the dude popping at us, and hit that orb, get our health back, throw the smoke, proc the impact induction. Also, just to mention, it doesn't matter if you're doing a throwing knife or throwing your smoke down or your invisibility against an enemy or whatever. Anything that does damage will give you your impact induction. Now watch this double dodge right here. that charged my grenade. That was 20 seconds off my grenade instantly, you know what I mean? It's nice getting that 10 seconds, even when you're headed to a location such as right there. Knock 10 seconds off. Now we're gonna enter this fight. I'm gonna proc an impact induction on somebody. That's gonna get my grenade back and do the dodge. Boom. Grenades all day, no matter if you're using the Coyote or the Worm Husk. This is mid-tree arc, but we're gonna talk about bottom tree arc soon. This melee also will proc the impact induction, so you can just play around with all these enemies and ability them to death or perk them to death with all the perks on your armor that you have. It's always more crucial to have grenades than it is to have supers in run and gun combat. Your super is going to be there when it's there. You might save a few seconds by having light reactor or pump action or enhanced heavy lifting or whatever the super perk might be. But when you're alone in combat, it's just you, your super's not going to be there nearly as much as your grenades can be there, and having that mixed with recovery is what's always going to keep you fighting in the fight. That's going to keep you in battle way longer by having things to push back enemies with. If you're down to nothing but your primary, you better have some kind of ability to go with that primary to help keep pushing, because otherwise you're just going to be slowed and your health is just going to keep trickling by getting hit if you don't have the recovery, and then you have no abilities basically. So watch this impact induction, then we do the dodge, hit him with the melee again. It was too soon to do another impact induction, but we got the dodge back, and now we got the grenade. We just knocked that dude out. The faster you can get grenades back, the more your survival rate is increased. So when you don't have a super, you have a way to build a grenade out of nothing but doing melees and dodges basically. So that's all you gotta do, and then you have a super there for when you need it. But the more grenades that you get, the longer you can go without having to use your super until you're finally forced into it by just trying to push too fast basically. And then you want to restart the process all over again, start getting the grenades back, start getting your dodges back, build it all the way up to the super, keep crushing as fast as you can go, pop the super, cycle starts over. That's how you beast in this game. That's pretty much the basic element of doing it. If you have your recovery right, you have a small gap in ability recharge mixed with your weapons, it's ultimate survival in beast mode. Use whatever subclass that you want with any of these builds today, but I recommend the ones that I'm about to show you for the last 3 exotics. So these are going to be just the recommended subclasses. But like I said, you can use whatever you want, it just makes the most sense. Vanishing Step, Top Tree, Night Stalker, it lets you go invisible when you do your dodge. Ebb and Flow for the mid arc, hitting an enemy with your arc ability to electrify them, and it also disorients them, grants grenade, melee, and dodge energy. Hitting an enemy with Combination Blow gives you health regeneration and stacks up to 3 times damage. Combat Flow, melee kills recharge your dodge. Combat Meditation Bottom Tree, when critically wounded, melees and grenades recharge drastically faster, up to 11-second grenades with these builds. Disorienting Blow, striking an enemy causes them to be disoriented for a short time. Lightning Reflexes, harder to kill while dodging. And Focused Breathing, sprinting recharges your dodge ability and increases your maximum sprint speed. Now let's talk about the Frosties, making it feel like an exotic. Frosties recharge your abilities when sprinting, and then dodging makes you run faster. Here's another example of how some builds can have mobility and others can't. Because the mobility stat is so good on this exotic piece, I'm able to have 917 because of the traction, and I'm able to have good recharge rates because I can build for it because the stats are already geared out, and all I gotta do is really add a little bit of recovery to pop it up to 7 and get those stats right. So 1 mobility, 3 recovery helmet, a recovery mod, light reactor, or whatever makes sense for the weapon choice you're going to be using, ball smelter, ad clear, impact induction, same gauntlets with the grenade charge mod that we had earlier. Chest piece is going to be another grenade charge mod, 1 mobility, 1 resilience, and 2 recovery. Build it out for the weapons you choose to use on this. And then we have the Frost EE5, a grenade charge mod. We have the traction on these straight from the collection tab, allowing us to maintain that 9 mobility. Sprinting gives energy, dodging speeds up the sprint. Really crucial to have in run and gun combat because you just go faster. It's always nice to have. And then we have the recuperation and the recovery mod on your bond, whatever finder or scavenger or whatever that you want. Now let's show an example situation of how we can get that recharge rate with the bottom tree when we have our shield break. So we do the impact induction, we get a little bit of grenade charge back. Our shield is broken, so now we have a drastic recharge because of the bottom tree subclass. We pop our super because we're kind of forced into it there. Start taking some dudes out. I'm about to throw the grenade charge down, and then you'll see that my shield is busted again, and then I have another drastic recharge. 11-second grenades, but they average out because of the 3 grenade charge mods stacking with the exotic. You get around 21-second to 27-second grenades. Just really depends on the kind of combat scene that you're in. Next up, the Gemini Jester. So you disorient targets when you dodge next to them, and it's important that you use bottom tree for this with the art class. It just makes the most sense because you get that dodge back from running, and you also get ability recharge when your shield bust. And since you can't really build out for as much recharge rate for like your grenades and things, having the recharge come back because of the bottom tree arc just really helped it out, I felt. You could also do it with the mid tree arc as well, but the running to get the dodge is really crucial because you can use that a lot and disorient everybody and just slay everybody with it. And if you ever do get your shield busted or whatever, your abilities are coming back because of that happening. You could also use it with top tree void as well and go invisible per dodge, but when it comes to a recharge rate basis on your abilities, bottom tree just kind of takes the cake with it and lets you still maintain the 7 recovery, have decent recharge rates as if you had 3 grenade charge mods, because when you're running and gunning, your shield's gonna get broke quite a bit, and having that all come back to you, it just makes the most sense. But like I said, feel free to do whatever you want. I just wanted to kind of show you the bottom tree with these recharge rates. Grenade is out. Now we're going to disorient this guy. This dude's going to run up. We're going to pop impact induction on him. He's going to be disoriented again. Take him out. Knock all these dudes down. My shield busts again, so I get that drastic recharge of my grenade energy. So even though I can't put as many grenade charge mods on this build, I still get that feel as if I have a ton of grenade charge mods, and then impact induct to get the grenade back again. Busted against the wall. Drastic recharge rate proccing. About to hit some recuperation on that orb. Get the health back. Shield bust again. Gives me the grenade. And it's just ridiculous kind of recharge rates. It's kind of meant for that, it just feels, when it comes to run and gun. And then finally we have Dragon Shadow. So Dragon Shadow, what it does, you do a dodge, it reloads your weapons. So you can have Gambler's Dodge with this and have best of both worlds. It also speeds you up and gives you better weapon handling. I couldn't really portray that on video because you kind of just feel that with your mouse, keyboard, controller, whatever. So I kind of just let the game play out. But that's an example of how you can't really get the mobility out of it because the stats of that exotic aren't very good. But you can screenshot that, take a picture of it, as well as the other builds. If you don't want to go through and fast forward or do whatever to find out what I did to what build, you can just take this time and screenshot it, and then you have it always. Also, don't forget with the 6 Coyote and the Worm Husk, you just swap it out for the same stat legendary piece with the exotic that you're going to be putting on. But that is it, Guardian. Highly appreciate y'all checking it out. Hit subscribe if you want to know more and get more updates. Hit that bell as well. I don't ask much, but if you want, hit it. And then you can get some free life points. That's what it is. You get free life points, and then anytime something bad happens, you know it could have been worse if you didn't hit subscribe right now. So just remember that. Appreciate all the support you Guardians are giving. Check me out on the next video. I'm going to go over the banger. I'm not going to make it too long, just a little update on how things have changed with the menagerie and how AI are more in numbers and a little bit more aggressive than previous DLC, so I had to, gear it out for that basically. But it has been my pleasure once again. Go out, shred some and I will see you all next time.